Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in to ShamanTalk once again. This is Huab. I am both a shaman and a spiritual healer. Today I will give you a little insight into the soul who resides within you. Most people think how they are and how they behave is reflected in their soul spirit. We think we are an extension of our Jubilee. Therefore, we believe our personalities are similar and we are the same. So, most people believe that how you are in this physical realm is the same as how your Jubilee or your soul spirit is. We believe that we are a reflection of each other personality wise and other parts of our character. Contrary to this belief, who you are and how you behave is very different from your soul. Your soul comprises of multiple facets of who you are. It has multiple personalities and a multitude of emotions and behaviors that differ vastly from you. For the most part, the soul's behaviors and personalities are exaggerated and is often not constant. On the other hand, your human personality remains constant once you become an adult. If you are a mellow person, you will usually remain so across different situations and vice versa. If you're a person who's very anal, you will remain that way across different situations. On the other hand, the soul spirit or your Jubilee can be mellow in certain situations and can be very anal in other situations. It can run from one side of the spectrum all the way to the other side. So your soul spirit, your Jubilee, is not constant. It will change under the circumstances. The personality can become very drastic, very different. On the other hand, as humans, who we are remains constant over time. A person who is very patient, they will be patient under different circumstances. They do not just go from one end of the spectrum to the other end. So, a person who is very patient will not suddenly have a very bad temperament and be very rushed and be very impatient. However, don't expect your soul to be a reflection of who you are. Remember that your soul is a facet of many, many different personalities, and it has lived and transcended across many, many lifetimes to become you. Within this soul that survives, there are other personalities embedded within. Sometimes the soul is giggly and happy, but other times it can be irritable, snarky, spiteful, or joyous, clever, and sympathetic. The soul seems to have a multitude of personalities that can be contradictory at times, actually. Whenever I see this upon encountering a soul, I do ponder about why this is the case. It makes me wonder, why is this soul or Jubilee? Why does it waver from, one side of the spectrum to the other side? Because that can happen. You can see it behave a certain way, and then suddenly it becomes the exact opposite of what you thought it was. We usually do not see that in the human, in the physical realm. If we do see this, or this person might be diagnosed as being having multiple personality disorder. But what we see is that that's normal for the soul spirit. And sometimes people that have multiple personality disorders, it's because spiritually they've become sensitive, spiritually they've become vulnerable. And what you're seeing is the unveiling of their soul spirit. Their soul spirit has become, in a sense, detached from them and is the stronger half. Is it is what's surfacing on the physical realm. So you see those multiple personalities sometimes. And of course, multiple personalities can have other spiritual causes. It's not always just due to the soul spirit under this circumstance. Sometimes the soul behaves completely different depending on the circumstance. For example, if I encounter the soul on a happy path or a sad path, it will behave very different. Whatever the case, this leads me to believe that the soul is never constant. In fact, it is forever changing and never remains constant. So, your takeaway for today is that many of you believe that your soul is exactly like you. Your soul is a mirror image of you. It's a reflection of how you are, who you are. And this is actually not true at all. Your soul might be another aspect of you, but it may not necessarily be like you. It can be very different from you, very opposite of you. You might even find yourself that if you could talk to your soul spirit, you would be fighting with it. You might be very different from it. And so don't be so fast to believe that how you are, who you are, is a reflection of your soul spirit. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time.